A couple points that I wanted to make after watching Democracy Now, which is a very good program today. You should all go watch it. democracynow.org had an interview with Joseph Stiglitz, and he's a Nobel Prize winning economist. And he said that this is a really, really, really good quote, and this will probably go down in history, and I hope it does. Hold on, let me see it. All right. It's like a patient suffering from giving a massive blood transfusion. Well, if there's internal bleeding, it doesn't do anything about the basic source of the bleeding, the foreclosure problem. But that having been said, it is better than doing nothing, and hopefully after the election we can repair the very many mistakes in it. This particular way of getting it through, I have to say, really smells. And they added a bunch of stuff to it, and I'm sorry, it wasn't 110 pages anymore. It's 450 freaking pages. And it's starting to include really stupid stuff. One, they're both basically just trying, corrupt bribery, old-fashioned corrupt bribery to get certain votes from certain people. One of the little provisions in there is to boost insurance coverage for mental illness, which is wanted by Jim Romstad of Minnesota, and a tax benefit for bicycle commuting. Like, this has nothing to do. Provisions for railroad tracks. Yeah. And Bruce Marks, who was on Democracy Now! A couple days ago, a really cool guy, he had this to say: the fact of the matter is, this thing should be killed. It should not happen at all. It does nothing for the homeowners. And what we have to say to Congress, Amy, is we have to say, it's the foreclosure, stupid. Just like Bill Clinton said to the first George Bush, it's the economy, stupid. We have to say to Congress, it's the foreclosure, stupid. And they have to do three things: do a moratorium on foreclosures, which means absolutely no more foreclosures for like at least a year. Stop the interest rate increases, and restructure loans to make them affordable. That's it. Without $1 of taxpayer money. And Joseph Stiglitz had to say about Bruce Marks' comments. He said, well, I mean, he's clearly right. This is the point I made before, that we're having a massive blood transfusion without stopping the hemorrhaging at the bottom. Real estate prices are likely to continue to fall, and we need to do more. This proposal does very little to stem the underlying problem. I would add to the list a couple things. I would, for instance, convert our current mortgage deduction to a cashable tax credit. The reality, what we do for rich Americans is, in effect, through our tax system in many states, are paying 50% of the housing costs because the interest in real estate taxes are tax deductible. For poor Americans, we do nothing or much less. It's inequitable, it's inefficient, and a conversion from this tax deduction to tax credit would allow people to better be able to afford to stay in their homes. Secondly, we need a reformed bankruptcy law to encourage restructuring of the mortgages. There was predatory lending, and even when it wasn't predatory lending, the fact is that today a very large fraction of homes have mortgages that are, and then it has a line, exceed the value of the house. The banks ought to recognize the loss, just write down the value of the mortgage to say 90 or 80% of the value of the property. And finally, I think it may be desirable to have a government mortgage program taking advantage of our government's lower cost of capital, a better ability to collect, passing on some of those lower interests to homeowners. I don't think it does any good to have these people evicted from their homes. And he also says, oh, this is great, y'all. Learn about this one. It wasn't very long ago that the president vetoed a bill to provide health insurance to poor American children who otherwise would not get health care. Without that health care, they could be scarred for life. And he said, And this is a bill that costs a few billion a year. He said, we could not afford it. We didn't have the money. All of a sudden, we found this $700 billion to help Wall Street, and that sort of shows you a sense of priorities, a sense of proportion. The basic lesson of economics is there's no such thing as a free lunch, there's no such thing as a free war, and there's no such thing as a free bailout. Our resources are scarce, and we're going to have to give up something. And the amount that we have to give up will depend in the long run on how well we protect taxpayers in this bailout. And that's one of the main criticisms of the Paulson Plan. It's not as well designed as it should be to protect American taxpayers. And that's just a couple points that I wanted to point out on my previous video that I didn't mention. That the real problem is the foreclosures. That's the main problem. That's where the bleeding starts. It's the foreclosures, stupid. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. It's the foreclosures, stupid. Well, it is. You know, all these people are fucking homeless now. You know, I rent. Thank God I rent because, you know, I can't afford a mortgage. I can barely afford my rent. I pay $600 here. You know, and we're very low income. And we're in Lubbock, Texas. You know, the cost of living isn't that freaking high here. So, okay, I'm going to stop ranting for a minute and just once again remind you all that writing your congressman is a very good idea today. Today. Do not wait. Do not wait. Today. Write them. Write them, write them, write them, write them. Seriously. We have to get the word out that we don't want this. This is, you know, our chance to get our voices heard. And if it's not heard, then fascism is at its highest. Well, anyways, signing off. I love you. We love you. Be good, and it's a fucking foreclosure, stupid. Alright, bye.